In other news, a study found that 1 in 3 preschool educators in Singapore do not have formal training in child protection. They are also not confident in managing suspected child abuse cases. The online survey by the Singapore Children's Society from December 2024 to June 2025 gathered the responses of more than 350 preschool educators. The findings follow an independent review on the fatal abuse of 4-year-old Megan Khung. Now, let's take a closer look at some of the findings. Now, further to not having formal training to handle suspected child abuse cases, educators demonstrated mixed knowledge in managing such incidents. The charity says there is an urgent need to close the training and competency gaps among these educators.
Preschool educators are at the front line of interacting with young children who are a very vulnerable group of population, and they are very well placed to spot and identify signs of potential abuse. And therefore, we think that there should be universal coverage of child protection training for all preschool educators. But in addition to that, we also feel that senior educators as well as center leaders should be given, slightly more training in terms of being able to support the teachers in handling these suspected cases.
The study also showed that inadequate knowledge on child protection and backlash from reporting potential cases are barriers facing preschool educators. Now, on top of having more training, educators said they hope to have access to external experts and having a supportive culture that prioritizes child safety at their centers.
There is also a very strong sense of fear that educators have in terms of, when thinking about having to report suspected cases. They could be, quite concerned about the negative reactions and repercussions that might happen to them. They could be quite worried about having to handle parents' reactions or even not feeling safe enough to raise up such issues to their center leaders. So we feel that, this psychological barriers is not something that training alone would be able to tackle.
And responding to the findings by the Singapore Children's Society, the Early Childhood Development Agency, or ECDA, says it is reviewing the current training provisions on child safety and protection for further enhancements. ECDA agrees that it is key for preschool staff to have the requisite knowledge and support in identifying signs of child abuse or neglect. It advises all preschool operators to send their staff for courses on managing child safety and protection. It says it will continue to provide guidance to preschools and work with agencies to address issues that could impede workers from detecting and reporting suspected child abuse. It says it is working with the National Institute of Early Childhood Development to support the sector.